Welcome to Digicember, the month where I make lazy content about Digimon. This one was inspired by I saw online a tier list for all of the rookie Digimon, except it was missing a couple from 2024, mostly the ones introduced in the card game webtoon? Is that the right way to call it? But then I found another one that does have them, so I thought, hey, let's rank the rookies. So this list's intention is to be a combination of how much would I want them to be my personal partner, and how much I like them. It's probably a lot more the latter than the former, but we'll see how things go. I think it's also organized alphabetically, so I hope you're ready for 20 minutes about Agumon. Hooray! Speaking of, OG Agumon. OG Agumon's good, he's classic. I don't know, B tier. B is for good, A is for like, oh yeah, I definitely want them, and S is for like, oh, this is my destined partner Digimon who I love more than anything. C is like, yeah, that's a good Digimon. D is like, not for me, and F is for Digimon I don't like. I should probably also have a tier for like irrelevant joke Digimon, but I guess they'll just go in F. Oh well. Next we have, wow, Agumon again! This is the 2006 Agumon. The difference is his main line is the Geogreymon to Shining Greymon line. I mean, I like Rise Greymon and Geo Greymon well enough. I actually like Shining Greymon less. I can't quite describe why. He's just not as good as War Greymon, and he's going for a different aesthetic. It's fine. I'm gonna rate him. Maybe I'll put him below. Black Agumon. This one looks like it's the 2006 Black Agumon, which is basically the same as normal Black Agumon. There's no evolution differences, there's no like plan differences. Neutral. OG Black Agumon I like though. Like edgy teenage me would be like, yeah, I'd have Black Agumon and get Black War Greymon as voiced by Steve Bloom. In fact, he's an A tier specifically because fully evolved, you'll get Steve Bloom.
Why do I feel so empty?
Snow Agumon, 2006. Another Agumon variant I don't think needs to exist. I like the Snow Agumon line because it can go to a lot of cool things. You could either go like, oh, the Seadramon route, or if you're making fan stuff, you could be like, oh, it's Greymon but ice. But honestly, the 2006 version doesn't need to exist. So there he goes. Bushi Agumon. Agumon, but he's a samurai. He doesn't use any fire attacks as far as I know, just sword stuff. He's actually, I've been running a Digimon TTRPG with friends, and I've used him a fair number of times as an NPC. And he's fine. I don't really think he's for me. He's not a Digimon I dislike. Let's just put him in C. The C tier is going to be the most full tier. Da Agumon, I'm putting that as a joke, let's just put him in F. I don't really qualify that as a Digimon. Agumon Expert. I don't know how to feel about Agumon Expert. It's Agumon with a lab coat and a hat. I like Terriermon Assistant more, I guess, because he's cuter and he's shown up in the anime. Again, you know me, I'm mostly an anime fan, so if they showed up in the anime, they're going to be bumped up in the tier list. I just don't know what would be the fun of being partnered with Agumon Expert. Combat-wise, aesthetic-wise, relationship-wise. Let's put him in D. I'm going to say the same thing for Evil Agumon Expert. He's fun to use as like, oh, throw him in as a villain where he gives evil pop quizzes or something. Santa Agumon, why does this exist? And why is this on the list? Get him out of here. Oh, we have to go through the X-Antibody Digimon? There's so many Digimon if you include X-Antibody. No! Agumon X-Antibody, I assume would be more feral and vicious, which would make him less good of a partner, but he's still an Agumon variant. Let's just put him in C. Same thing with Black. I'm actually going to upgrade normal Snow Agumon. I know he's just a palette swap, but his card art is really cute, and I like ice theme. So there you go. Is it Algomon or Argomon? To me, they're just plant Caramon, but actual Caramon is more fun aesthetically. This is the kind of Digimon I would give to an NPC, and not me. But I could see having more fun with it than the Agumon experts see. Ararumon. Arurumon? Ararururumon? It's supposed to be more Mandrake themed, and gosh, I didn't realize I'd be talking about my TTRPG so much in this video. I do have a tamer who I specifically gave Ararumon because I thought it'd be fun to have someone plant themed. Because at least me personally, I tend to gravitate towards the mammals and the dinosaurs, and less so the plants. Maybe a little bit the machines. So I felt bad, and like using it, it's kind of fun. You have a lot of options with like, oh, you have binding attacks, aromatherapy, smell, the whip arms. You know what? I'm actually gonna put it in A now that I'm thinking about it. Angoramon! Angoramon's so good in the anime. I love his progression of personality from like soft protective scholar to, oh, now I have to be like a Yojimbo bodyguard to, oh, I need power, so now I'm a berserker, to like, oh, I've been reading about like, I was gonna say Bushido, but it was more chivalry novels. And now this is like my ideal for protecting Ruri in my relationship. So just evolution progression wise, Angoramon's really cool. He's also big and fluffy, which makes him huggable. So you know what? Let's put him in A tier above my teenage choice and my TTRPG choice. Arcadiamon. Good choice for a villain. Not sure it's for me. It would be like my teenage choice if I was even worse of a teenager. Remember, C is for neutral. Armadillomon! Armadillomon's fun. I will say his evolution line's a little eh. Feels like he doesn't have his own natural evolution. XVmon to Pyldramon to Imperial Dramon makes sense if you're just having a Vmon. Hawkmon to Aquilamon to Sylphimon to Valkyriemon makes sense. Armadillomon's never had his own feeling Ultimate and Mega. Because you go from Armadillo to Ankylosaur, which is fine because they're keeping a shell theme and it's Digimon. And Digimon's known for Cat going to Angel. But then he goes to Holy Doll? And then traditionally it's Vikemon, who's a Viking and ice themed now? I feel like he never got his own makes sense Ankylosaur final form, or sometimes I've seen it slash Angemon. It still doesn't make sense to me. I like Armadillomon on his own. I think if I'm thinking about all his evolution lines, I wouldn't pick him. Let's put him above the variants. Oh geez, I don't know this Digimon's name. He's a box. It's not Boxmon. I'm guessing it starts with a B, based on where it is in this order. There's some really cute card art of him and a bunch of cat Digimon. But I can't really see him as a partner. Neutral. I'm assuming they're going with the name Bakumon here and not Tapirmon, because he's with the bees. I think there's a lot of good evolution lines with Bakumon, because you can go the Unimon route, Kentorusmon, not Kentorusmon, the other one, Centaurumon. I'm bad at Digimon today, and yet I'm recording this tier list. So evolution-wise, he's interesting. You can also go the Gargoylemon route. There's a lot of ways you could go with Tapirmon. I don't know, his attitude's kind of chill. You have a lot of fun powers being a tapir. You can do some fun dream stuff. I guess I'm more so thinking of this in the context of, would I make it a partner for a main character in a TTRPG? And for Tapirmon, yeah. B tier. Batterymon? This thing's like a joke thing from the Tamagotchi, I think, of like, this is what it shows if your battery's dying, and now it's a Digimon. Bearmon. Because I guess they're not going with Kumamon, even though Kumamon, the hybrid form, also has a name like Chalkmon? Bearmon's good. He's got some good evolution lines. There's a lot of mammals. I mentioned I like mammals. If you want to go for like someone you can punch, if you want to go with a Digimon who can punch a lot, most of his evolution lines go to that. You know what? I can see myself having fun with Bearmon. Let's put him above the Agumons. Vemmon, or I guess it's Bemmon if this is going alphabetically. This is another one where it's like, oh hey, cool villain choice. And I think he's now important in the card game comic. I'm not sure I'd ever pick him though. Let's put him higher D. Oh my god, how many Betamons. So we have normal Betamon, Madoki Betamon, and is that Betamon X? I didn't know he had an X antibody form, because I don't think there's a Seadramon X. Similar to Snow Agumon, Betamon's fun because you can go the Seadramon route, which, I don't know, he feels like he has a nice complete evolution line. He's a different body type than a lot of Digimon you'll get. Something I forgot to preface this whole thing with is I'm starting with rookies because rookies tend to be aesthetically my favorite. They're a bit more simple, a bit more cute. You can like imagine palling around with them, and they're easier to draw. Once you get up to like even champions have a few too many details, and there's also a ton of champions, ultimates, and megas. I feel like rookie is the smaller of the categories, so that's why I'm starting with rookies. We'll see if I want to do any other categories. But back to Betamon. Wait, isn't Betamon's partner in the anime named Michael? You know what? Just for that reason alone, let's put him in S tier. And where I'd actually put Betamon is probably B. So that's where we'll put Madoki Betamon. And Betamon X Antibody, I guess. Bulukomon? Actually don't know where this one premiered in, to be honest. I know I first saw him in the card game. And he has a pretty cool evolution line. And you know what? I was talking about how ice dragons are cool. I would play around with Bulukomon. F. I hate him so much. I hate him and Nemon. They're just annoying and bad, and there's nothing fun to do with them. And now I'm feeling bad because he's actually pretty good in Ghost Game. But outside of Ghost Game, I hate him so much. I didn't know there's multiple rookie Burgermons, but I can't imagine doing anything with them. Candlemon, though. Candlemon is fun. You can go to a bunch of, like, evil ghost kind of Digimon routes, or Wizardmon. So you go with like, oh, Wizardmon, or oh, Bakumon, or Meramon. I feel like spreading out-wise, he's pretty fun. I don't imagine personality-wise we would gel very much. So let's put him under B. I'm not rating the Cardmons. I don't even know why they're here. And I don't know the name of this Digimon. It's not Bombmon, is it? Or is this the case where there's the two Bombmons and I hate it? F. I guess that's clear Agumon? Because we're not done with Agumon variants? Okay, so I know I was complaining about too many Agumon, but the toy Agumons are a lot of fun. They're building blocks, which means even like in a fun, playful way, you could be like, oh, it rearranges itself into a wall, and that does something. They're like little toy flames. You know, you could throw them around. You could have someone step on them and die because stepping on a Lego hurts. I'm gonna put, as the representative of toy Agumons, let's put Clear Agumon up there. Commandramon, aka Agumon with a gun. I really liked his deck in the card game, so I'm attached to him that way. I would not want a Digimon in military fatigues as my partner. I feel like they're the Digimon you would give as step soldiers, even though there's another Digimon who's step soldier but worse. Step soldier. You know what I mean. Like ground troopers. I can't talk. Why am I doing this list? B tier. A tier. I really like Coronamon and its counterpart even more. But Coronamon's got a full official line. He's mythology themed, which I like. He's cute. You feel like you could hug him. I like his weird stylized fire. I drew fireballs like that for a long time. Let's rate him up a little higher. If you were like, okay, pick a Digimon, I would not be sad if I was just randomly given Coronamon. Cutemon! So, 2 weird reasons I like Cutemon. Number 1, he's voiced by Ben Diskin in the anime, and if getting Cutemon means you get to listen to Ben Diskin do his little Cutemon voice, I would want to be partnered with Cutemon.
It was a birthday present from my mommy.
Number 2, there aren't that many Digimon with healing abilities, especially among the rookies. Unless you're like, oh, any holy Digimon can heal. But Cutemon canonically can heal and use sound attacks, and it feels really weird to put it up this high. But you know what? Cutemon's kind of fun. So that's where I'm putting it. I actually don't remember the name of this version of Kunimon. I mean, I like the real version more. Just put him down there for recolors. Dondokomon, could never see myself being partnered with him. He's annoying. Dorumon! Okay. So, I don't know why I have to start everyone with like, okay, so, hear me out. Doraemon's my favorite color. S tier. Okay, I'll be serious. So, Doraemon is cool because he's got deep lore with X-antibody stuff. He's a mammal and has a huggable tail. He evolves into a royal knight, which is cool, but then he also has his own side evolutions. He has two sets of side evolutions, the dragonish ones and the evil dragonish ones, which makes it pretty cool. I don't know how much more I can justify it. I just like Dorumon. Dracomon. He's cool. In terms of a Digimon partner, you get a lot of cool options. I love Breakdramon. Slayerdramon not as much, but Breakdramon, who's like the crane dragon, he's so cool. So I would want that. Let's put him at B. I did not know there was an X-antibody version. I will just put them side by side, I don't care. Dracmon. So, Dracmon's fun, cheeky, evil, kind of in the way that Impmon is. Although it's kind of varying degrees based on where you're putting his role. So he's kind of one of those evil Digimon that you could see being partnered with a normal person. Maybe someone who's like a ruffian, or someone who maybe is a little more violent. The Dracmon in Digimon Survives, really cool. He's basically playing the Gabumon role of like, oh, my master writer, I'm wrong, but I'm really trying to make sure he does something right, which is interesting. But for me personally, I would not want to be paired up with him. Ikakimon, I think his name is. I believe this Digimon was a fan entry from Cross Wars. And he's a pencil, and he can draw things. Fun for creativity. I would use it as an enemy in a TTRPG. I personally would not use it. Let's put him in D. Elecmon. I don't know why I don't like Elecmon more than I should. Elecmon feels like a default Digimon almost. Like if you're making a Digimon game and you're like, let's say it's like Pokemon and you go into the wild grass. It's like, okay, what's the first Digimon you're gonna encounter? Elecmon feels like he would be that. It's like, yeah, he's interesting as a Digimon design, his electricness, his weird peacock feathers. Like he feels like a Digimon. Usually goes into the Leomon line, and there's other Digimon I like more that go into the Leomon line. Like even Bearmon go to the Leomon line. Sometimes he also goes into the Garurumon line, which is fine. I guess I just feel neutral about Elecmon. So let's put him in the neutral tier, along with Elecmon. Espimon. So Espimon's from Ghost Game, which is a season that I like more than I probably should. In the anime, he has one joke, which is, oh, you're not Hero because Hero's dad said he looks just like him, and you don't look just like him. I can't think of anything I like about Espimon's evolutions or skill set. Let's just put him at low C. Ugly Falcomon. I originally did not like Ugly Falcomon, which is why I'm calling him Ugly Falcomon. But in Digimon Survive, he's really cool, so that bumps him up in my brain to the point where I might actually use him, but not as much as normal Falcomon. Oh no, I can't see the tier list anymore. I did not expect that to happen. Well, I guess we're dealing with it like this now. Sorry, guys. Normal Falcomon. Kaze, ninja skills? Pretty cool. Who doesn't want a ninja? B tier. I just realized there's like 127 of these. I might have to go a little faster. Doubt Falcomon, don't care. Floramon. Floramon I would kind of rate like Ararumon, where it's like, oh yeah, you could go into interesting plant Digimon. But for some reason I like it less. I guess you could also go to Bird Digimon, because doesn't he also go to Kiwimon? Neutral C tier. Funbeamon, or Fanbeamon, depending on your translations. I mean, now he has a full evolution line. He actually has 2, which makes him pretty neat. I wouldn't quite see myself gravitating towards it. In terms of bug Digimon, I like Tentomon, and I like Wormmon more than the bees. But if you stuck me with a Fanbeamon, I would not be upsetty spaghetti. B tier. Whoops. Ikakimon, get out of here. You don't belong there. Gabumon. You know, I've always been more of an Agumon liker. I don't dislike any of Gabumon's evolutions. C tier. Honestly, Gabumon's probably a better personality match for me than Agumon. Never mind, we'll put him there. Black Gabumon. He can go there. Edgy Teenage Me had no interest in Black Metal Garurumon because Black Metal Garurumon was never voiced by Steve Bloom. And I don't like the X-Antibody version as much, to be honest. Gamamon! I love Gamamon. His evolutions are flexible. He's got cool internal strife. His personality is really cute. S tier. Kanimon or Crabmon. It looks like based on the alphabetizing of this, it's Kanimon. Got decent evolution options. He's a crab. I don't know. Neutral. 0 out of 10. Neutral. Kanimon X antibody. Gaomon. Yeah, I think I like Gaomon more than I should. So in the anime, Gaomon is Thomas's partner, and he's just kind of like, sir, yes sir, I have no personality, I'll do whatever you want me to. He's basically Gabumon but worse, where he's my master right or wrong, but also has no willpower or perspective of his own. But I like the boxing theme, I like the wind element, I like all of his evolutions, except maybe Mach Gaomon, but that's fine. You don't use ultimates for that long anyway. I'm actually gonna put him in... Let's put him above Cutemon in A. I feel like I'm rating him too high. Gaussmon, no. Gazimon? Gazimon are like the loser rookie of the digital world. There's so many better mammal rabbit things with more interesting evolution lines. I don't know where I'd put Gazimon. I guess I would be upset if you paired me up with him, so we'll put him in D. Same thing with Gazimon X antibody. Ghostmon. Ooh. Ghostmon's a newer Digimon, is it not? It kind of feels like they wanted a more direct pre-evolution for Wizardmon, because he's got the hat. C tier. He's got a hat. C tier. Wait, no. Is it Gazimon and Gizumon? Why am I forgetting Digimon names? No! This one also feels like Worthless Trooper Digimon. I would not want to be paired with it. I can't even remember his name because I know it's close to Gazimon. Is it Gizamon? I don't know. Goburimon. Or Goblimon, depending on how you're translating things. So in his defense, before I rank him, he has a good full evolution line now. From Goblimon to Ogremon to Rebellimon to Titamon, which would be cool. He's a bad personality match for me. I am a goody two-shoes. And Teenage Me was not into him, so... Man, if it's the Gomamon from Adventure, S tier. If it's standard Gomamon, let's put him in A. If it's just a random Gomamon, I like him. If it's the Gomamon for Adventure, it's S. Gomamon X Antibody. I don't even know if it has any further X Antibody evolutions. I haven't seen like Ikakumon X Antibody. Whatever, neutral. Gatsumon. I feel like I have to defend all the Digimon that I'm not like, wow, I love this Digimon. So, Gatsumon is a good standard Digimon. You have the rock route going Golemon. You have the dinosaur route going Monochromon. He's very archetypical Digimon, and I think that's unfortunately puts him in the same tier as Elekmon, where it's like, alright, you've entered the cave. What's the first Digimon you encounter? It's Gatsumon! Let's put him there. I don't like Gatsumon X Antibody at all. Guilmon. He's my favorite Digimon. He goes there. Do I need to explain? You've watched my other tier list, right? I love Guilmon. Don't really care for Guilmon X Antibody, though. Gumdramon. I'm going to do my best to ignore how he exists in Digimon Young Hunters Who Leapt Through Time, which is the most generous thing I can do for any of these entries. More generous than I've been to Gatsumon, and more generous than I was to Goblimon. But in terms of an evolution line, he sucks. He's got a little bit of, like, supposed Sun Wukong, like, power playfulness, and that's why he's got the restrictive ring on his tail. But it doesn't really do much. I don't know. Sorry, I guess I can't get over my dislike, but I'll put him in D. Hackmon. I don't think I'm a good match for him. Sorry, I gotta drink water. Or I'll hack. Hookmon has the issue of he feels like a very set in stone, there's only one of him Digimon. He has his set story of, I am the apprentice of Genkomon, trying to become a royal knight, I get trained by the two sister Mons, I go through trials and tribulations. He doesn't feel like a Digimon who should be partnered up with people. And he feels very singular as an entity. It's kind of like, what's a good Pokemon example? Oh, I'm going on a Pokemon journey of my own, and my partner is Ash's Pikachu. That's weird, right? If it's just a random Huckmon, let's just put him in C tier. I feel neutral about him. This has totally lost all sense of organization. Hagurumon. So if you like Machine Digimon, Agurumon's a great start, since he's basically the prototype rookie for every Machine Digimon. In terms of me personally, there aren't too many like machine Digimon I love. Don't really care for like Mechanorimon or Gardramon or Andromon. I mean, once you get up to Machine Dramon maybe, or Rust Tyrannomon. But then again, those are the ones that are more dinosaur shaped. I'd be neutral if you gave me Hagurumon. Hagurumon X Antibody, same thing. Hawkmon! That's not a Hawkmon voice. He's British. At least he's supposed to be for some reason, even though he's Native American themed. Hawkmon doesn't bother me. There are other bird Digimon I like more, like Falcomon, and someone way later on the list, C tier. Let's put him... I'm trying to keep the C organized in a way where I'd actually want them. Let me reorganize it a little bit so it's a little more sensical. Like, yeah, I'd accept Agumon's. Maybe move that down more, that down more, that down more, that down more, that up. Sorry, we're reorganizing so it makes sense with my actual preferences. There we go, that makes a little more alignment with Digimon I actually like. Harrismon. So Harrismon was in a phone game I never played, so I have no emotional attachment and I barely know his evolution line. But he is a porcupine and he's cute. C tier. Hyokomon, I think is this one's name? There's a bunch of Digimon story games that never came out in English, and I believe this one premiered in it. His, like, super ultimate mega, the ranking of him is a little weird. Chronomon debuted before him, and then they're like, oh, we better backfill his evolutions. And his evolutions are all pretty cool. Kind of like Huckmon, he feels like he's on a training journey, but he's not tied down to any singular mentor or story. I would use him. I'm waiting for him to show up in the card game. B tier. Ignitemon, or Ignitmon? I forget his name. I don't like him. He's too human, especially for a rookie. He debuts as like, Big Sister, Mervamon, save me from being evil. Just, nah. Ipmon. I think I have to rate Ipmon as an S, because he's my current partner in the Digimon TTRPG I'm running. So I get no excuses. He's definitely fun to play. And he could be more on the nice, mischievous side, as opposed to Dracmon, who's more the vampiric, mischievous side. My cats are fighting in the background. Is it because I am a cat right now, reviewing Digimon? Is that the reason? But I guess puts Itmon X at the same level. Jazzamon, I think is the name? He's a machine bird. He evolves into bigger machine birds. To be honest, his potential and evolution line are kind of boring. I guess I would be sad if he gave it to me, but not two, so let's put him at the highest there. Like, let's reorganize this one a little bit too, since I've lost track of everything. Nagaborimon can stay there. Jellymon! Jellymon's great fun in the anime. I think her movesets and abilities are great fun too. She becomes like a support healer, and then like what's that thing? It's like a Super Sentai hero at the end. It's fun. Not a good personality match for me. I'd be happy to get her though. Junkmon! Junkmon's cute, but in my brain he only exists as a rookie. I don't know how well of a partner we'd be. And he probably smells. C tier. Probably smells. Cool. Now I can't see the Digimon because I made C tier too wide. Oh well. We're just gonna have to do it like this. The S's will be a surprise. Kamemon. Kamemon's okay. He's a turtle. He's got a defined evolution line. I like that he looks like a mouse. C tier. Karamon. Okay, I really like Karamon. I don't think we're a good match, but I love his vibes and his evolutions. Karamon X Antibody I don't actually like. Kodokugamon is a spider and creepy. F tier. Monmon is a monkey, which means I don't like it. Kokabuterimon is fine. Kokuagamon, a Digimon I weirdly like for no good reason? A tier. X Antibody, don't care. Kotemon, he's fun. B tier. That's C. Kudamon, I like him. B tier. Other Kudamon, I like them both. It's getting way too wide. Kunemon! I didn't really care for Kunemon until Digimon Survive, where you just want to protect the poor guy. Let's put him at C. He can go right next to Ugly Falcomon. Labramon is a cute puppy. B tier. Lalamon, plant I like less. C tier. Leolmon is a cat. A tier. Lugamon is a dog. B tier. I should probably pause and talk about these a little more. Yeah, I'd like Labramon more than Lugimon. Lugimon has cool evolutions, but Labramon seems more like a dog I'd actually want to hang out with, and I'm scared of dogs. Leomon, he goes the Leomon route. I did mention before there was a Digimon I liked more who goes down the Leomon evolution route, and that's him. Kudamon, I once drew a fan character that was basically Kudamon, but with blue accents instead of gold. It was not a Digimon. End of story. I like his designs, I like his evolutions. And you can wear him as a scarf. Lopmon is a rabbit. I like her. Or him. It could be either gender, because it's Digimon. B tier. White Lopmon. Only relevant in crosswords. Get out of here. Lopmon X antibody. Lucimon shouldn't be on this list. If you're pairing yourself with a Lucimon, you have some extreme, middle schooler disease. It's like, yeah, my Digimon's the one that's a god at rookie level. It becomes part Satan and part holy. Like, nah. Sorry, he shouldn't be here. He doesn't qualify. Ludomon. I actually don't like Ludomon, I'm sorry. Lunamon. I guess I have to defend Lunamon because Lunamon's going in my S tier. Lunamon is freaking adorable. I like water and dark as her elements. It makes her a little different. There aren't too many water-shooting Digimon that are also mammals. She evolves into cute bunnies that are all mythology-based, and then she becomes Diana because they decided to go with the Roman names instead of the Greek ones, and I'll never forgive them for that. But she gets archery. She feels like she could be a cool fighter. She has good status. I'm talking about her like I'm making a stat sheet for Lunamon. Lunamon has not showed up in my TTRPG, I promise. I know I defended some of my choices with that previously. I like her kind of calmer nature. I like her aesthetic more than Coronamon. I would be ecstatic if you paired me up with Lunamon. And she has some purple on her, so there you go. In fact, let's organize this so it's the purple ones. Well, I mean, I'll put Gilmon. There. Oh, yeah, and Betamon has to be top because he's canonically my partner, because there's a guy named Michael in the anime. There we go. That's more so how I would organize my S tier. Even though Betamon there's a joke. God, there's still so many. I'm going to die. Luxmon, I think its name is? Luxmon. They made angels that isn't Patamon. He's not too human, unlike some other Digimon. C tier. I would not want whatever this thing is, it looks like a joke. Monitamon. Why am I trying to defend Monitamon in my brain? They're a D, I wouldn't want Monitamon. I think they are good characters to use in a TTRPG since they are spies, they can show monitors, and the fact that they were with Nene made her seem cooler than she actually was. Of like, oh, I have this whole monitor network set up. Yeah, I'm just in this to save my brother and being manipulated by a big bad who's not even the final big bad, so who cares? Monodramon. I don't know, he's kind of cute. I liked how he was in Tamers. His evolution line's okay. I wouldn't want to become like a Kamen Rider hero, which is also what I was looking for before when I couldn't remember how to describe Amphimon, Jellymon's final form. C tier. I feel bad for Morphomon because her canonical evolutions put her kind of in the Digimon villain Algomon category of it's just Eosmon to Eosmon. Unless you want to count Hoodimon in there, who maybe should be there. I guess I would not be upset to get Morphomon. I really should be organizing these tiers better. Oh well. Muchomon. He's a bird. I'd say he's lower end of the birds. If you're like, okay, here's your bird Digimon, it's Muchomon and not like Biomon, Hawkmon. You'd be disappointed, so let's put him there. Mushroommon. I would be disappointed to get Mushroommon, to be honest. He's got that NPC stank on him. Nemon. Ah! Bottom of F! Which is also where Pokemon should be. Otamamon. Otamamon's cute. He's got his own distinct line. I actually don't know what Shogun Gekomon evolves into. There's never been some grand Shonen Gekomon, as far as I know. C tier. I don't know why you'd want the red one or the X-Antibody one. They're ugly. Palmon. Palmon really should be in the place that Ararumon's in. I feel like Palmon gets to go down the Lilymon, Rosemon route. And Ararumon gets to go down the Woodmon, Bloom Lordmon route, which makes it slightly more interesting to me. So that's why I'm being mean to Palmon as a plant Digimon. I'm sorry, Palmon. You can be above Lalamon, though. X-Antibody? I actually like X-Antibody. It kind of has that... who's that Digimon? Not Digimon. Who's that Pokemon? It's Roseraid! Roseraid look with the cape. That's what I was trying to think of. Maybe a little higher. Patamon! Patamon's my mom's favorite Digimon, which I think deserves him a spot in A. We'd also probably get along well. We are both crybabies. Ponchessmon. You know how I mentioned how Mushroomon has that NPC Mook stank on him? So do both Ponchessmons. I'm sorry. They're the Digimon I would give to like an NPC who's like soulless and just part of the military. Penguinmon, same thing as Muchamon. I don't even know what these ones are. F tier, I wouldn't want them. It's not Phascomon, is it? It's basically part of the canonical line for Belphemon, Demon Lord of Sloth, which, with how many videos they've made this year, fits me, but don't be mean to me. I would be upset to have the Sleepy Digimon as my partner. Top of F. Devimon, I wouldn't say has the Mook stank on him. Probably that's the theme of this episode at this point. But he does have the Junior Troopa stank on him. If someone had Devimon in something I was writing for some reason, they would be like a recurring, like, loser rival. D tier. Pillamon? Another one of those Digimon that was part of that fan art contest. It could do status effects and like nothing else. Wait, Pillamon could get me a good night's sleep. S tier. Biyomon! One of my more liked default bird rookies. There's one I like more. I don't know what else to say. Biyomon's cool if you like bird Digimon. I don't have a special connection to it. Let's put it at the top of C. Meikomon's rookie. So, Digimon has a lot of recolors, right? Right, we all know that. We went through all the Agumons. This is the one that upsets me the most, because A, it's literally just traced from Salamon. There's almost no difference other than it's missing a holy ring and has different colors. 2, it never shows up in anything, so it doesn't matter. And yet they still just made it so not matter that it looks like just a Salamon recolor. It doesn't even have a name. It's just Meikomon rookie. You could have given Meikomon anything for a rookie. It could have had a normal cat rookie. Why is there only one cat rookie? Plotmon is a dog. Plotmon's the Japanese name for Salamon. Sorry, I just realized this is still alphabetical, so it's P for Plotmon. I just could have given us something. F. F for failed potential. Plotmon gets... You know what? The lowest of B, only because it goes into a cat. And let's see if I remember to keep it there. X Antibody I don't like as much. Komumon! It's got its own cool tropical dinosaur line. I wouldn't be upset. C tier. Evil Machine Digimon? No thanks. I would be very upset to have it. Psychmon? He's okay. I'd be like, why don't you just give me Gabumon or Black Gabumon? Those are the variants that are cooler. So, D tier. Pulsemon. He's got a ton of evolution lines, but to be honest, I don't like any of them. Because I don't like the Digimon that look like they're doing sport, and I don't like the super buff ones. Would I be upset if you gave me Pulsemon? I guess so, for those reasons. Renamon. This is probably the okay, hear me out biggest moment of this. So, hear me out. Renamon is cool. Renamon goes through the process of, like, the evolution of a Kitsune, starting from, like, just a one-tailed fox, to a Kyuubi, to being able to disguise itself as a priest, to becoming human. It reduces its number of tails, just like when a nine-tailed fox who has decided not to do evil evolves. I think it usually goes down to like 4 and then eventually 1. So like its evolution line tells a great story. Renamon's like attacks are cool and aesthetics. The utility is really neat. I like how stealthy they are. I can't defend. I can't defend any further than that. I like Renamon. Let's put Renamon top of A. Renamon X Antibody is over-designed though, D. Ryutamon. Ryutamon's cool. Got a cool evolution line. I do feel bad that he basically evolves into an accessory for Alphamon. I liked him in Ghost Game. He was good there. Got to be kind of a character. B tier. I don't know this one's name. Is it Sagomon? It's an aquatic Digimon. I just goes into the category of aquatic Digimon I don't like. D tier. Kuamon's a little cuter. Has more interesting evolutions that make more sense to me. C tier. X Antibody, I don't care. I would have removed the X Antibodies from this list if I thought ahead. Shamanmon, awful. Wouldn't want it. Shoutmon, awful. Wouldn't want him. Especially the recolors. Oh my god, why are these even here? Aren't these from just like a fighting game? Sister Mont Blanc? Would not want. She's in that category of Huckmon where she's just her own story individual. And to be honest, I don't want a weird human girl nun partner. F tier. Ice Goburimon, who might have a different name. I'd be upset more so than if you gave me normal Goburimon. F tier. Solarmon. You know, weirdly, I like him more than Hagurumon? And I can't think of why. Solarmon. Sound Birdmon. Got that mook stank. D tier. Spadamon. A Digimon I wish had a full evolution line. Because Spadamon is really neat. I could easily imagine like a white Garurumon or Darulumon version that still has like his armor helm. You know what? I like him. I would make fan evolutions for this Digimon, which I think means he deserves to be top of B. And wish he was in a better show. Sparrowmon looks like an ugly toy airplane Latios, and I hate it forever. F tier. Starmons, I would never want to be paired up with, even though they do an Elvis impression. F tier. Sandrizamon, he just got cool evolutions, but can you imagine walking with him and there's sand everywhere, and it's rough and course it gets everywhere? D tier. Swimmon, I would not want to be paired with this fish. F tier. Tentomon, my more favorite bug. B for bug tier. Terriermon, love Terriermon. Almost would have picked as my partner. A tier. Terriermon Assistant. It's cute. Don't know how it would evolve into anything different than normal Terriermon. C tier. Terriermon X Antibody. It's fluffier. I guess that puts it in C. Tinkermon. I don't want weird human-shaped Digimon as my partner. I think she's got a set evolution line now. She kind of goes into the wind hybrids. Not F. I'll put her in D. Oh, hey, Toy Agumon. Well, I believe Clear Agumon was my placeholder for Toy Agumon, so let's put him there. I do not know the purpose of Black Toy Agumon. Whatever, we'll just put them all together. Because they're basically the same for the same reason. Future me will edit in what this one's name is. It's like Tsukaimon or something. It's Evil Patamon, except there was already Evil Patamon, it was Demi-Devimon. D tier. Chumon, I'd be very upset, F tier. Tsutsumon, even worse, extra F tier. Vmon, Vmon's fun. I don't think we're the same energy match, so let's put him in B. Volvomon, or is it Vorvomon? He has that issue of kind of just a set line that isn't very interesting. Where did I put Jazamon? Because I'll put him above that, but about the same spot. Wormmon. So, justification time for Wormmon. You know how Wormmon's like, you have the crest of kindness, Ken. The crest of kindness is the one that I feel fits me the most. If my friends watch this video, they can judge whether I'm right or not. There's other crests that work too, but he's the one that feels like the best match. In terms of bug evolutions, I think he has my favorites. Let's put him in A. For a bug. Zenimon, I would hate. F tier. Zubamon's fine. He's got a set evolution path, but the fact he can turn to a sword is pretty neat. I wouldn't want to be paired with him. Ukamon, no one should ever want to be paired with if you've watched the movie. He's basically a monkey's paw, walking around and makes the Digimon canon much worse than it was. F tier. Elizamon. Don't know enough about her, because she is new and her evolution line has not been fully revealed. But I like her. For some reason she reminds me of Elizabeth Bathory. Maybe the Fate one, because they're both pink themed? I don't know, she hits in a weird aesthetic spot that I like. But we don't know enough about her yet. C tier. Terramon! So now I was waiting to say, oh, I have a more favorite bird Digimon. I like Terramon. He's got a cool design. He's got cool skills. I like his attitude in the card game manga. It's not a manga. I don't know why I said that. To jail. Last one. Shushumon. Say it all together with me, guys. So, hear me out. Shushumon is adorable. I did not think I would like it as much as I do. Shushumon evolves into a squirrel. I love squirrels. Not as much as cats, but they're pretty high up there. I like its evolution through theming of, oh, it's the little mice who help Cinderella, to a larger mouse that maybe helps Cinderella, to Little Red Riding Hood, to Cinderella. I like the kind of weird fairy tale progression there. I think it's neat. I'm just gonna be silly and put it there. So, how many times have I so in this video? I'll put a counter. Here is my Digimon Rookie partner tier list, organized by how much I like them, and how much I'd want them to be as my partner, and how much of a good fit we would be. At the top of S, we've got Betamon, because he canonically has a partner named Michael, Medoramon, because he's the most purple and huggable, Guilmon, because he's my favorite Digimon, Impmon, because I'm with him in a TTRPG, Lunamon, because she's purple and I love her evolutions, Gamamon, because he's one of my favorite Digimon from the anime, Black Guilmon, because he's a Digimon named Guilmon, Shushumon, because I like squirrels and its general aesthetic, and Pillamon, because I just want a good night's sleep. And with that, thank you very much for watching this tier list. Hopefully I didn't bore you to tears.